This podcast is entirely listener supported. To find out how you can help, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
So I'm back playing World of Warcraft because of the new expansion.
I mean, that's a decision. You've made it.
I don't like who I am when I'm playing that game.
I don't like World of Warcraft, and I don't like most people when they're playing that game.
I love that game. I love the world. I love being back inside it. It's like coming home.
How many hours a week are you doing now?
Oh man, it's
too many, right?
Too many. I don't like the person I become when I'm playing that game. I love playing it. I think about it when I'm not playing it. I get obsessed about it. Every few minutes I have to be on it. But man, like it's not an exaggeration to say my world kind of crumbles while I'm playing it.
Great. Sounds like a wonderful way to spend time. Sounds like a fun game. You should definitely keep going.
It negatively impacts my entire life.
Yeah, but you probably have some sick armor or whatever.
Yeah, dude. You should see all the Garrison followers that I just got. I got to check in every half an hour so I can put them on new quests, you know? But totally worth that kind of time commitment. Totally worth it.
Yeah, online games are the worst.
You're not wrong.
I can't get into them because of that. Because I know I'm going to sit down and it's going to be 12 hours later. And like, what do I get out of it? Nothing. Swords. But they're not real. I can't touch them. I wish somebody would send me a real sword for doing well in an online game. Then I'd get back into them. Then I'd be like, shit, man, it's totally worth playing 40 hours a week because they send you swords in the mail.
Or you could just, think of Amazon.com as an online game.
That is how I think about it. How many points can I score and lose with my fiance this week? This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. It's time to clone a mammoth.
Say what now?
I know it. You know it. Chris Doelman knows it. He sent this story in via wehaveconcernsshow@gmail.com. We need to clone a mammoth immediately, if not sooner.
So we can ride them.
Yeah, to school, preferably.
I thought you didn't like World of Warcraft.
I don't, but it's not once again, send me an actual mount in the mail.
Yeah.
And I will ride it to work. No, so I don't know if you're aware, but last year in Russia, some researchers found the most perfectly preserved sample of a mammoth that we have ever found. This is a 40,000-year-old mammoth.
Yeah.
And it was in such good shape that one of the scientists actually took a bite out of the mammoth meat.
No, he did not.
He now has a strange disease.
Why would you do
and
that?
Turns into a mammoth on the full moon.
Is there some sort of moment when somebody's like, I don't really think it's not that preserved, man.
He doesn't have a disease that we know of from this, but that's kind of like the toddler's guide to the natural sciences.
Yeah, how did this guy get to be a scientist?
Like, we don't know what this is, so let's put it in our mouth until we do.
Was he proving to someone how preserved it was? It's like, it's so preserved that I would eat it.
I would eat that, man. These floors are so clean.
Do it then. Do it then. Just do it. Do it then.
I want to test mammoth. All right, Dr. Stone. I want to see mammoth now.
Oh, Dr. Stone. You shouldn't have put that in your mouth. You really shouldn't.
Tastes 40,000 year.
He's very gifted. He's got...
I can fit whole hand in my mouth. I'm doing a science.
6 years old and already top of his class. We're so glad we brought him in here.
Who does that? Who puts a mammoth chunk in their mouth? I would just think that would immediately turn me into a character in a John Carpenter movie with some sort of weird cravings or strange bacteria inside of me.
Well, I guess that's why they're cloning mammoths. They've decided they're delicious.
Or that the mammoth inside of them is calling out for a mate. And so they must give the mammoth inside of them what it wants.
It's like, hey, Dr. Stone's back today. What, Dr. Stone?
I shoot 20-gallon water out my nose. I want to have sex with mammoth. Uh-oh, gum in my hair.
He is precocious.
So this is kind of interesting because they don't know that it's going to have the amount of DNA that they need, the amount of fully preserved DNA.
Right.
But if it oozes blood and you can eat it,
You might be a redneck.
I mean, I would imagine that means there's probably more genetic material there than we've ever been able to retrieve before. But I mean, like, man, if you're missing even a little, this is not like Jurassic Park. I mean, it is like Jurassic Park, and that I think
exactly
it's going to go
like Jurassic Park,
and that I think it's going to go horribly
and
wrong.
We've clearly learned nothing.
Yeah, but it's not like Jurassic Park in the sense of like, oh, well, we'll just throw in this DNA from a heffalump.
Well, two things. First of all, from my understanding, mammoths are in a family of animals who have blood. The DNA isn't destroyed when it is frozen. Unlike humans.
Right.
Humans, you can't, if someone now, with current technology, if someone is frozen solid, you can't get any useful DNA material out of their blood because the hemoglobin is destroyed. That's my understanding.
Okay.
But we're in a situation where mammoths aren't like that.
Yeah, because they unfroze this mammoth for 3 days to study it, look at it, eat it, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
maybe
the
wear its skin as a suit. I don't know how creepy these fuckers get. But they refroze it afterwards because they're like, well, now we're just going to refreeze it and keep it forever.
Well, yeah, and they were like, we have 3 days before it rots, so eat all you can, guys.
Yes. Well, but here's
Dig
the thing.
in. It's a lot of mammoth here to get through.
Business opportunity. A meat that is infinitely thawable and refreezable. Think about that.
I think that's just called meat.
No, dude, because if you thaw and refreeze meat too much, it gets all weird.
Oh, but because mammoths have this unique evolutionary trait in their blood, we could replace cows with mammoths, infinitely freeze and refreeze, world hunger solved, thanks to Dr. Stone.
Thanks to Dr. Stone.
For putting it in his mouth.
Thanks to Dr. Stone for putting it in his mouth.
The second point I wanted to bring up is, did you ever see the TED Talk with Stuart Brand, who is the evolutionary biologist who is trying to de-extinct things?
Oh, yeah.
The de-extinctification project.
Dude wants to just bring back all kinds of shit.
And they're starting with birds because evidently it's really easy. There's certain, like a finch or something that used to be really very prominent and in the 18th century it was so prominent that it would like black out the sky.
Yeah.
And so they...
Oh, good. Bring that back. Bring back the hellfinch.
Yeah. Well, they
When the sky is darkened by the cloud of the hellfinch, you shall know your time of reckoning is at hand. All rise and pray to the hellfinch.
Yeah, maybe it's
the
not
1800s were a terrible time.
They were a terrible time for science and birds.
Uh-huh.
But we want
Great time for birds. If you're a bird,
fantastic.
it's a fantastic time. You are literally darkening the skies with your power.
With your buddies.
Phenomenal time to be a bird.
But I guess there were so many of them they authorized hunting, and they hunted them to the point of extinction. But we know their lineage, and they've mapped their genome because they have this dead finch specimen that someone kept, and so they mapped the genome. That's
a normal dude. I want to go to that guy's house.
Totally normal.
Totally normal guy's house. It's just like, what are these? These are all the hellfinches that I've kept for the time of the Great Reawakening.
They used to black out the skies, but now they just black out this little section of my shelf.
Okay, guys, and what is that over there? That is our collection of eyeless dolls.
They, too, will have a reawakening one day. All you have to do, really, is set them up right and their eyes open. But,
I'm just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the finch, and I am never going to speak to y'all again.
Come back soon.
No, I will not. People are terrible.
Do you want any mammoth meat?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got some mammoth meat, wrap it up.
Put it in your mouth.
Yeah, I like to cook it on the engine block on a long car ride.
Scientists. So
this guy saved one of these finches.
So they know what the genome is. They've mapped its ancestors and descendants. It's sort of evolutionary family, right? And they're able to pick and choose which parts of which DNA they are compiling to try to reconstruct the exact genome of that specific creature that no longer exists.
I'd like to think that if they try this and they get it even a little wrong, it's going to look like Jeff Goldblum after he used the teleporter too much in The Fly.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to screw something up, and instead of getting like an adorable little finch, they're just going to get this David Lynch style nightmare slime creature that just looks at you in the eye and just like with every caw and coo, you know that it wants you to end its life.
Yeah.
That's what Stuart Brand is going for.
It's the big unveiling, and it's just like flopping sadly on the ground. It doesn't fly so much as it just flops and squawks and
Die!
yeah. It
Dr. Brand,
yes.
Did the finch just say that it wants to die?
I'm not sure it said that so much as wants to fly. It doesn't.
No! Was die! Was he correcting you or me?
I think it's, you can't trust a finch that has been spliced.
Stab my heart!
I think he said, start my heart, which is what we did through the magic of science.
Oh.
And I would like to point out that this creature once used to black out the skies, and now just sits motionless here on the ground. So we've really domesticated it.
Pain is endless! I'm sorry, what was that? Pain is endless?
No, that it said pay your waitress, which is everybody should really tip the servers here.
This is the only scientific event I've ever been to with a 2-drink minimum. But bearing that in mind,
you know what?
The bird is giving great advice.
You know what? Horrible genetic mutations don't fund themselves. That's all I have to say. And please drink up.
Help me escape. That was pretty clear. That was a pretty clear help me escape.
Are you sure it wasn't hellish nightscape?
Oh my god, the birds are rising again! Nobody mentioned the bird can talk. Nobody had any problem with that.
Nobody had an issue with that.
Because who knows what those birds are like? We've never seen one.
Maybe speech is something that just kind of went extinct.
If you could bring anything back from extinction.
Oh, that's a great one. Dinosaurs is the easy one, right? Because dinosaurs are the coolest of the animals. Mm-hmm. Is there a cooler animal? No, there's not a cooler animal.
Yeah. But is there a specific dinosaur that you've always wanted? When you were a kid and you pictured having a dinosaur as a pet, what was the dinosaur?
Triceratops.
I think a lot of people go Triceratops.
Love Triceratops.
Kids are really into Triceratops.
Yeah.
Because it's rideable. It's friendly. You know that cause you assume it's friendly.
It does look friendly. And it's got that cool, like, bulldozer-esque shield up front. Mm-hmm. So as you're charging headlong into things on its back, you're protected, which is, it's a nice feature to have.
Yeah, I think that's good.
What about you?
I don't know if it's pop culture and all of the cartoons, all the Warner Brothers cartoons or whatever, but I would love to see a dodo bird.
Well, I think dodo is a great choice just so you can stop people saying it's gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
You
mean this dodo?
Oh, Charlie, you are hilarious.
Because guess what? This idea is going to be a giant success, just like the dodo!
Well, we can't argue with the turn of phrase that you just made extinct.
That's right.
Wow.
Not like the dodo.
No.
Which is back.
Yes, it's spectacular. So we're just going to have to fund all your research.
Mm-hmm. My idea is basically to bring back the fax machine.
I think, as you know, we thought that the fax machine had gone the way of the dodo.
Stupid.
But now dodos are back. Why not fax machines?
I'm also bringing back pogo balls.
Yeah, love it.
And locker answering machines.
A locker answering machine?
Mm-hmm.
That's for when your locker calls you at home?
That's for when somebody goes by your locker and you're not there and they can leave you a voice message.
Well, I can't argue with that.
The kids are going to love it.
It's extremely useful.
It's even more useful now than it was in the 90s when it was a thing. Just like this dodo.
Whoa, the dodo!
Give me all your money, suckers!
That is the best presentation that this council has ever had the pleasure of witnessing. Have all our money, and we'll be in touch. And if we can't get a hold of you, we'll leave a message at your locker.
It actually, the recording mechanism in the locker answering machine is not good. You should just call my phone.
Oh, right. Okay, well, that seems
Once again, check out this bird!
Oh, you're so smart and always have the best answers.
I guess the big question is, and this is something that everybody's been asking since the de-extinction thing, since the Jurassic Park thing. Is it a good idea to bring this stuff back?
Well, of course, all of our science fiction would say no.
Minus our internal nerd compass, which is telling us that anything you bring back is evil.
Right.
Pull that aside and think about the actual world.
Right.
Is it cool to bring this shit back?
That's why when everyone talks about bringing stuff back, it's strange that it's talking about enormous predatory dinosaurs or gigantic pointy-tusked mammoths.
Birds that darken the skies.
Birds that darken the skies. I feel like maybe we should start smaller. I mean, starting with a small bird is starting small, but when they darken to the skies, I think that's kind of
If a bird can get to the point of darkening the skies, I'm imagining this thing as being like the Tribble of birds. Like, I think if we make 2 of these birds, we'll have 2,000 of these birds in like 15 minutes.
Oh, they love to fuck.
Oh, they fuck all the time. They're basically fuck birds.
They're hellscape fuck birds.
Sex! No! No!
Why do you keep saying that?
Hellfinch.
God damn it.
This hellfinch is fixated. Somebody needs to get this hellfinch laid.
Cut to the night out with the hellfinch.
This hellfinch is the
Get a little lower.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Did you ever seen a bird that's slimy and wants to die? Check it out.
Oh my god.
What? Sex then. End it all.
What did he say?
He said, I want to hang out with y'all here in this car. Shut it up, Hellfinch. I'm trying to get you laid like you wanted.
Oh, you two boys have a nice looking car. Sweet ride.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, this is actually my buddy's car.
Oh.
He paid for it with all his bird money.
Oh,
Birds are
money.
like super rich. One day, all will end.
Did he say it's all-wheel drive?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Get in.
Oh, I'm in. Low rider, get a little lower.
I think I'm actually a worse wingman than the Hellfinch. I think I actually do more damage than that. Yeah.
You're worse than a slimy, half-evolved death bird.
Yeah, because it's very clear that I'm saying things incorrectly. I don't know.
You are in very enunciated English saying,
Yes.
Kill me when we get home.
This
please.
is awful. I hate every moment of life. Not the best way to do it. I don't know. I think there has to be like a careful balance, right? Like, it's cool to bring these things back because we want to know what they're like, but it's the reintroduction of them into the environment that I think is kind of crazy. And maybe they aren't even thinking to that scale. Maybe it's just like we want to bring in one of these things back to study it, know what it was like, and then not release it into the wild because the earth has changed.
Well, we did 9 times out of 10, not with dinosaurs and mammoths, but 9 times out of 10, when we're talking about stuff that we can bring back, it's because we extinctified it first.
Sure.
We were the ones that went, let's just eliminate all these from our planet. And then some scientists are like, well, maybe we should bring them back because it's kind of dick move for us to extinctify them.
I wish there was a way we could tell via the DNA which thing we killed was the most delicious.
Oh, yes.
So we could go in order of importance. Because, like, are we wasting all of our time with this finch when, like, mammoth meat is way more tasty? Or, like, is it
clearly
not
the
finch?
scientists were very concerned about that.
Yeah.
And they wanted to check it out for themselves.
Whoa. Before we put any more money into this mammoth, let this kid eat some of it.
Yeah. Dr. Stone?
Tastes like chicken nuggets!
All right, we're in chicken nuggets. Wait a minute. That's also what he said about the death birds. And those, let's be honest, those tasted like pain and suffering.
Yeah, it was way more like a McRib.
Yeah, it was horrible, and it blacked out my lungs.
I don't know. Should we mess around with this stuff? Should we bring this stuff back? What do you guys think? Let us know. We're on Twitter. I'm at @acarboni.
And I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can send in a story like this one if you want, just like Chris Doelman did. You can send it to wehaveconcernsshow@gmail.com.